Hello, everyone. Welcome to our virtual student panel, and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. My name is Annie Zakowskis, and I'm a member of the admissions team here at Thayer. First off, we hope that you and your family are safe and healthy. These are certainly challenging times, but it's important that all of us continue to do our best to remain in good spirits. And hopefully our panel of current Thayer students, along with our admissions team members, can offer a little something to look forward to today as we talk about the many exciting opportunities here at Thayer. As I mentioned, I currently work in the admissions office, and I also coach our varsity girls lacrosse team. Previously, I taught in the visual arts department at Thayer, and I also coached field hockey as well. On top of that, I'm a proud graduate of Thayer. So congratulations to all of you on becoming a Tiger. Thanks so much again for taking the time today. We're all very eager to share what makes Thayer Academy such a special place.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. My name is Jen Welch, and I'm the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and the Director of International Student Enrollment. I am also the faculty advisor for our diversity club, Omega, and this is my 10th year at Thayer Academy, and I'm so happy you could all be here today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ben Rubior. I'm one of the Associate Directors of Admission at Thayer. I'm also the head varsity boys lacrosse coach. Pumped to share a little bit more about Thayer with you. And before we get started with the student panel, we'd like to share a quick video from our head of school, Ted Kuskoris.
Dear admitted students, first of all, I hope all is well with you and your families. I wanted to briefly reach out to you to congratulate you on being admitted to Thayer Academy. We took great care in reviewing your applications, and we feel like you would be wonderful additions to our community. Our community is so important to us. You revealed in your interview, your visit to campus, your personal essays, your teacher recommendations, and of course, your parental statements in support of your application to Thayer Academy, attributes which we think would be great fits for Thayer Academy. We think too, Thayer has many things to offer to you. The abundant opportunities to engage in the academic life of our community, the care our teachers take in helping each and every one of their students, the opportunities you'll have in the arts and athletics, all of those will be wonderful occasions for you to grow as a human being. So we hope to see you in the fall. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that message, Mr. Kuskoris. And now on to the stars of our show, our student panelists. So we're gonna have each one of them introduce themselves. Olivia, wanna take it away?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Olivia. I'm from Braintree, and I'm currently a senior at Thayer. I've been here since the 6th grade, so it's been a long road. And my favorite classes are currently English and Global Scholars, which is my history class. Some activities I'm involved in on campus include our 3 theater productions every year. I take advanced acting and dance as electives, and I've also been involved in the choir. I'm also a writing tutor in the Benelli Writing Center on campus. So I tutor my peers and help them with writing assignments. And I'm also on the track team in addition to being a lead tour guide in the admissions office.
Awesome. Hi, guys. My name is Bradford Campbell. I'm a senior as well. I'm from Duxbury, Massachusetts, so I commute 35 minutes to school. My favorite subject is science. I'm a captain of the soccer team and of the track and field team. I'm a peer advisor, I'm secretary of student government, and I participate in the play.
Hi everyone, I'm Allie Wedderberg. I'm from Weymouth. I'm currently a junior at Thayer, but like Olivia, I came in 6th grade, so it's been a little bit. So my favorite class at Thayer is definitely my English class, AP Language and Composition with Miss Heyman. I play soccer, hockey, and lacrosse at Thayer. I'm also a tour guide at Thayer. I'm a member of the Make-A-Wish Club. And I will be a peer advisor in the future next year. So
Hey everybody, my name is Miles Wilson. I'm from Brockton. I'm a junior here at Thayer. I entered Thayer as a sophomore, and my favorite class is science. I'm involved in quite a few things out here on the campus. Recently, I was selected to be a peer advisor, so my senior year, I'll be doing that. I'm the captain on the football team, and I also play basketball and baseball. Some highlights here at Thayer for me personally were last year I was blessed to play in the ISL championship, and I also was blessed to play a bowl game at Gillette Stadium.
Hey, hi everyone, I'm Isabella. I'm from Hanover and I am a freshman this year, and I was actually new this school year. And my favorite class would probably be English with Miss Bloom. And some things I participate in are the musicals here, and I was on the varsity swim team. And for electives, I do dance and jazz combo, and I'm also a member of the Omega Club.
Hi everyone, my name is Virginia. I'm from Braintree. I came in 6th grade, but I'm a freshman this year. I do dance. I've done all of the 3 theater productions that we've done so far this year, and I run cross country and track.
Excellent. So Virginia, we know that one of the greatest highlights of freshman year is meeting all of your new classmates at Camp Borndale. Could you please share what our Camp Borndale experience is, and also what that experience means to you personally?
Yeah, so when you first get there, you meet your advisee, which is a group of 7 to 8 people that are in your grade, and your advisor, as well as your peer advisor, who's a senior, who kind of helps guide you through your first year of high school. Then you go to Camp Borndale and you do some more kind of team bonding with your whole grade. You learn names and make friends. You meet a whole cabin. And at the end, you have a dance where you can have fun and kind of let loose for a bit. And it's at the end of August. So then about a week later, you come in for the first day of school. Borndale is so much fun. It's definitely one of the highlights of my year. I met so many of my closest friends at Borndale. Like, for example, in my cabin, there was this girl that I'd never met before, and she slept in the bed next to mine, and now she's one of my closest friends, and I love her so much. So I know the peer advisors can give a little bit more insight on how the different perspectives work, so Brad can give that perspective as well.
Absolutely. I came in as a freshman as well, so remembering Borndale for me as a freshman it's a truly special experience. I knew maybe a little under 10 kids coming into class, and as peer advisors, you're kind of just the people who get everyone together. You create this community, create this bond, you throw everybody into groups, and you kind of just sort it out. I can tell you it is even more fun being a peer advisor than a freshman, because the entire week, whether you're a senior or a freshman, it's so much fun. I can remember, like Virginia said, exactly who was in my cabin. It was just so special. I always looked up to being a peer advisor since I was a freshman, because you get to put on the dance and you get to lead your advisory groups around. It's a really cool experience to get to bond with these guys. I remember this year we had volleyball on the beach, which was a lot of fun. We did freshmen versus peer advisors. Guess who won? But it was just such a fun experience. And at the end, when you're a peer advisor, I can't talk too much about it because it's a little secret, but they take you to this final kind of bonding ceremony at a campfire with you and all the other peer advisors. And honestly, is one of the coolest experiences I've ever had, because everyone is just so honest and just open, and it really is a family of people. So, yeah.
Great. Isabella, I wanted to talk to you as a new 9th grader and someone who didn't go to the middle school. Can you talk to us a little bit about that transition into the high school and anything that might have helped you along the way?
Definitely. So I came from a small charter public school, and I did not know anyone at there. So naturally, like probably many of you, I was very nervous to come here. But once I started being around campus more, like at the orientation, Borndale, even the first day of school, I started making connections with people and I made friends instantly. One of the great things about Thayer is there's so many sports and clubs and arts that you can participate in where you will meet people who are just like you and have the same interests that you have. For example, I really enjoy theater, so I auditioned for the fall musical Hello Dolly, and I was really nervous because I didn't know anyone yet, but I'm so glad that I did it because in that show, I met so many of my closest friends that I consider like a second family to me. So just it's super important to just find what you're interested in and participate because it'll be a really easy transition if you do. Additionally to that, you also get an advisory group at Thayer, which is like an advisor who's a teacher, and you also get a peer advisor who's a senior who kind of acts like an older sibling to you. They help you out. My peer advisor is literally the warmest person ever. I feel like I can tell her anything and she gives the best advice. And my advisor is amazing too. Her name's Miss Smith. She always checks in on me, asks me how I'm doing my classes, and I just feel like I can really tell her anything. And she also bakes, which is a bonus. But yeah, just from advisory, you're with a small group of like 7 or 8 kids, and automatically, even before you start your classes, you already know a group of people, so it's not so scary. Yeah.
That's great, Isabella. Thanks for sharing that. Miles, so you came in the 10th grade. Why don't you share with us what that adjustment was like and what sort of things that you were involved in that helped?
I knew coming to Thayer right off the jump was going to be a great opportunity for me. It will give me a very, very good chance to build connections and a good opportunity to go to college, which is really important to me, my family, and I, because I'll be a first generation college student. And I knew Thayer was going to also challenge me academically and athletically. So I would like to say that my transition was very smooth, thanks to my peers and my teachers' support and love. I would, for incoming students, I would definitely tell them to get involved in as much as you can with like sports teams and diversity clubs, and just getting to know your peers as a whole. Just whether it's holding the door for somebody, speaking to somebody, just you know what I mean. Just talk to as many people as you can because it definitely helped me in the long run. I'm a part of 2 diversity clubs here at Thayer. One is ISOCON, which is the Black Student Union on campus, and the other is Omega, which is diversity club that discusses all aspects of our diversity, such as race, gender, and sexual orientation. So for me personally, just getting involved in the community and knowing all my peers and my teachers helped me out a lot and made me feel like way more comfortable here at Thayer. Brad, did you want to say anything about the community?
Yeah, I'll bounce right off of you. Thayer, I think, is a very well-rounded community. Thayer's one of the only schools that I know that where you can do both theater and sports. That was one of the biggest draws for me to Thayer, is that you could do anything that you wanted to. And like Miles said, it is the type of place where you hold doors. If you are touring campuses, which you can't right now, but look and see where people are holding doors or not. That's been a decision where I've been looking for colleges. You don't see that everywhere. It's just this very supportive community. You can feel it in a lot of different aspects. Like Miles was saying, the teachers, I've had such a special bond with so many different teachers. One of them I can think of is my teacher, Miss Joden. I had her for science. It was my sophomore year, and I honestly stayed after class so many times just working on different experiments. I did one where I tested anti-gravity on how a plant cell grew, and it was just really cool how she let me stay after. I had to balance the water and do everything. And she's the type of teacher that's checking up on me about college, wondering how I'm doing personally, how I'm doing mentally. And I had her as a sophomore. I'm a senior now. So it's just one of those communities that's really supportive. Another example I can think of why I chose to come to Thayer was on actually my Tiger visit. It was on April Fool's Day. And it was kind of this fun camaraderie that I got the sense of between the friend group that I was with. So the person I had was Eben Butler. Love him. He was a captain for me last year for soccer. Looked up to him. He was awesome. him and his friend group got a couple girls to kind of go over and just play around a little bit with one of my other really good buddies, Tim. And it just showed the camaraderie, the closeness, and kind of the friendly banter between everybody that made it so great. Another example is if you got to go to one of the concerts, I think when I went, I could see the diversity. I could see the people, how close they were, how supportive they were. People are catcalling out to everybody from the crowd. It's just this really warm community feel, and I think that that's what makes Thayer so special.
Definitely. I know, just to add on, I know that was big on my decision was I just wanted to find somewhere that would make me feel like I was home, that would like accept me. And I know Thayer is definitely that place. If you're looking for that, if you're looking for somewhere to accept you and make you feel like, you know, you're going to school with a bunch of your family members, I mean, Thayer is really the place for that. So that's what helped me, and hopefully it will help you guys also.
Perfect. Thank you, Miles. Thank you, Brad. Allie, so you, as you said in your introduction, do a lot around campus. You mentioned you are a 3-sport athlete. You are very busy with us in admissions as a tour guide. You're a member of the Make-A-Wish Club. And obviously you're a very committed student. So could you tell us how the typical Thayer student balances it all?
Of course, yeah. So time management for any high school student is really important. But I think Thayer does a really great job at making time management a priority for every student. Freshman year, you have study halls. So you have a teacher who's proctoring you for an hour, making sure you're doing your homework. As a sophomore, junior, or senior, you have free periods. So you don't necessarily have a teacher watching over your shoulder, but you do have an hour of just no class. So it's really important to take the opportunity to do your homework then. So when you get home, it's a lot lighter load. But also during these free periods or study halls, you can meet with your teachers at any time, which is, I mean, if you utilize that, then you're good to go. I see a teacher almost every free period, or if not, I'm doing my homework and the teacher is sitting there helping me if I have a question. So the teachers are also super, they know you have sports after school, they know you have clubs after school, they know you have a life outside of school. So if you can't match a free period with the teacher, they're super adjustable to your schedule as well. I know for me, I would meet with my math teacher at 7:30 in the morning last year, and we'd work for a half hour before school. And it would mean so much to me that he would come in early just to work with me. So I think that really shows the relationship between the students and the teachers at Thayer, and how they understand that you do have a life that's not just schoolwork and then sports. Thayer also does a great job at incorporating clubs and then sports. So you can have a club period after school for about a half hour. So you can do it all, like Brad said. You can go to clubs, then sports, then if you're in the play, you can go to that after and still have time for yourself. Another one of my favorite parts about Thayer is, Olivia mentioned it, she's a BWC fellow, a Benelli Writing Center fellow. And I've definitely worked with Olivia a couple of times in there. Before any English paper, history paper, I'm in there. And I'm sure Olivia can add on if she wants to, but that's one of my favorite places on campus too.
Yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit. Just to go off of what Allie was talking about, I think the BWC is just a great place, a great resource, first of all, because not a lot of high schools that I know of have writing centers. It's a lot of colleges. And I think it's definitely helpful and less intimidating to be able to go to like one of your peers and get writing tutoring from them versus having to like go and maybe meet a teacher. If you're a freshman, you're kind of nervous. And for me, just being like in the BWC and working and getting to meet all these people, I definitely get to form a lot of like interactions that I wouldn't have otherwise. And a lot of the kids I meet are underclassmen. So that's how I've met a lot of freshmen and sophomores that I wouldn't otherwise know.
Awesome. Thanks, Allie and Olivia. I wanted to follow on with Brad, and I just wanted to talk about a couple things. I know that you've had a bunch of leadership roles at the school, and they include peer advisor, they include the student government, being a captain on the track and soccer teams. And I'm interested in just kind of how has the school kind of fostered those leadership abilities?
Absolutely. I would say that Thayer does a really, really good job of celebrating the individual. Thayer gives all of these opportunities. It's allowed me to branch out into all of these different activities that I didn't know that I would like at the beginning. But because I had this kind of challenging but nurturing environment, it's driven me to be a better person. It's driven me to be a leader. And it's just kind of driven me to go up the ranks in almost everything I did. I've been driven, I've been pushed as a leader through the activities. The people that I surround myself continue to push me, whether that's students, whether that's teachers. It's a great network of people. And I think Thayer does a great job of really developing the whole person. It develops good citizenship, and it really changes your character and who you are throughout your 4 years.
Perfect.
Hi, so thanks, Brad. Olivia, could you share a story about a class or a teacher that has made a significant impact on your academic experience? And then also, two-part question, how has Thayer helped you navigate through the college process and success?
Yeah, of course. So like everyone's been talking about so far, one of my favorite things about Thayer is definitely the faculty. Faculty it is so clear that they care so much about the students, and they just genuinely want you to learn, and they check in on you, not just about like your class that you're taking with them, but how you're doing with your other classes and managing things, and of course college when you're a senior and so on. So one of my favorite classes, absolutely, that I have ever taken at Thayer was AP Language and Composition with Miss Heyman my junior year. I already love English. It's my favorite class, but this class just took that to another level. I just think that every assignment that we were given to do in that class was just exciting to do and was fun. And like, it sounds dorky to say, but I genuinely enjoyed them all because Miss Heyman seemed so genuinely excited to teach it and to discuss the material with us. So I never felt like I was doing busy work in that class, which was awesome. And she was also never afraid to have fun with us. Like the week after we took the AP exam, when we came into class, she bought us a cake and we just had a party to celebrate finishing the exam. So that was very fun. And in her class, we also did a personal essay assignment, which a lot of students ended up turning into their college essays, which was very helpful. And that was the first time that I'd ever gotten into creative nonfiction, which I think is now probably my favorite area of writing. And I'm looking to possibly study that in college. So to go right into college from that, Thayer has a very helpful college counseling system where every student has one college counselor who is assigned specifically to them. And so they will meet with you regularly. You start meeting with them pretty early on before senior year. And they can help you with what testing you need to take, what classes you should be taking, which documents you need to collect to submit to your colleges. They help you make a college list, which is super helpful. They can help you with financial aid applications and definitely proofreading all of your essays, which I definitely took advantage of. And so going into the college process, I wasn't really sure how the application process worked. I'd never done like Common App or anything. Me and my mom didn't really know what we were doing 100% in that. So my college counselor, Mrs. Woods, was definitely super helpful in that. And she's definitely helped me get to where I was. And so I was actually lucky enough to be accepted to my first choice early action, which was Yale University. And that was very exciting, took a lot of stress off me for senior year. And then in the last couple of weeks, I was also very fortunate to be accepted to Harvard, Columbia, and Brown University.
Yay! Congratulations, Olivia.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. So now we have some questions that were submitted by some of our newly admitted students. So Ella W., who's entering the 9th grade from Abington, asks, are there training opportunities for specific sports or strength and conditioning through Thayer during the summer? Miles, you want to take that?
Sure. Ella, I know that when I came to Thayer, all my coaches put me in a chain email as soon as they found out I was coming. And they'll already know, of course, what sport you're playing, and you'll find out the captains on your team, and they'll give you their numbers and everything. Even if it's just going out to eat at the mall or something simple as that, they'll definitely let you know. They will keep you intact and in the in like the swing of things. Captain's practices will be going on if you play a fall sport during the summer. If you don't play a fall sport, there's a strength and conditioning program that's ran 3 days out of the week with Miss Brown and Coach Jones that also works on agility and speed. Even if you're not involved in a competitive sport, it welcomes everyone. If you want to just come, like it's another way to make friends. There's going to be a lot of people in the gym, just show your face and everybody's welcome. Another thing that I forgot to mention for sophomores or new students, you also have an orientation that I know personally for me helped out a lot. You come, you find out your advisor, you find out the people in your grade, you get to know the people in your grade, and you just kind of just sit outside and play games like for half of the day. And it might sound like cheesy, we're in high school, but it helped me out a lot because I got to know, my friends, got to know my advisor, they got to know me, and it just helped out a lot.
Super. Thank you so much for that question, Ella. John D., who's entering the 9th grade from Scituate, asks, please describe the academic rigor of the school and specifically the course load in the 9th grade. Virginia, you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. So in 9th grade, everyone takes the same 5 classes, but there's an honor section available for each of them. So for me, for example, I do French 2 honors, English 1 honors, World History honors, Integrated Science 1 honors, and Algebra 2 honors. And with all of that, I can manage doing all that work while doing 2 sports and the plays. Like, it's perfectly mapped out with the study halls available. I know I take advantage of all of them. Like, it's very rare that you will catch me in a study hall. I will be meeting with my science teacher or my math teacher or something. So like Ali said a little while back, meeting with teachers is a really important part and really like something that you should take advantage of. So the work is, of course, work. It's not like super easy. It's not like a breeze, but if you like work hard at it, then it's definitely doable. So I know I can give a freshman perspective on that, but I also know Olivia can give more of a senior perspective on how that helped out.
Yeah, definitely. I remember going in freshman year feeling kind of nervous about like the transition to doing more work. And it's definitely more academic work than you would be doing in like 7th or 8th grade. But your teachers are all there. They walk you through sort of like how to write a research paper if you've never done one before, and how to make an extra help session with them. So they definitely want to help you out, and they understand that you've never done that level of work before. And I feel like it's relatively easy to balance once you get the hang of it, especially in like freshman year. You sort of come in and you're nervous about the work, but then you sort of get used to it. And with your activities and everything, you learn to balance it, which is a really good skill that is definitely super helpful later on when you're a junior and senior and you have an even bigger workload. So it definitely prepares you very well and sort of all adds up.
I can add something to that. It's not gonna to help you guys out just a little bit. What helped me out is I didn't come here to Thayer in my freshman year, but I went to a different school and I transitioned into a school in my freshman year. But the jump from 8th grade to 9th grade, from middle school to high school, is a big jump. But the good thing about that is that no matter if the kids were in Thayer middle school or not, they're still making a jump from middle school to high school. So you guys are all going to be in it together, no matter if you went to the school last year or not. So if you just cling on to your classmates and just stay together, and just, you're not going to be the only one that's going to be going through it, is what I'm trying to say. So you'll be good if you're with your classmates, and you guys will all work together, and you'll get through it. You'll be fine.
Allie?
Yeah, exactly. And the teachers are so understanding too. They realize that there are new 10th grade students, there are new 11th grade students, new freshmen. They realize that not everyone goes through the same process, not everyone knows the same stuff. So they're really understanding of that, and they're not gonna, if you don't know something, they're not gonna hold you against it for it. So don't worry about that.
Thanks, guys. Colleen L. from Foxborough and Nadia C. from Bridgewater both had questions about the dress code. So can someone share a little bit about that? Isabella?
Sure. Hi, guys. So basically, the dress code isn't really bad. So on Monday, we have a dress up day, which is when everyone usually comes to school looking a little nicer. So usually you would wear something like a dress or a skirt with a nice shirt, or any sort of dress pants with a shirt or a tie. And then Tuesday through Friday, there is more relaxed. You can dress a little more how you want. So this is usually where you would wear pants or shorts, sweaters. Their sweatshirts are okay, and solid colored sweatshirts. And then there are no hats or hoods in the building. But it's a surprisingly really chill dress code for a school like there.
Cool. Thank you. Harry S. from Sandwich has a really important question. He would like to know, where do you eat lunch and how is the food? Miles?
This is a great question, Harry. You would eat lunch in the cafeteria like every other school. If you don't want to eat in the big cafeteria, you can go to the place we call the Tiger's Den, which is another sitting area if you want to sit with you and your friends, or if you want to sit alone, maybe it's one of those days, you can definitely do that. The food is great. Like, I honestly love it. It's one of my highlights of every day I go to the school. Especially coming from a school where, you know, everybody ate the same thing. Only drinks you had were milk and juice. Wasn't a whole bunch of options. Like, I enjoy it so much, and I'm so thankful for it. So I'm just gonna run you through your average lunch at there. You'll come through. There's a main entree. If you don't want the main entree, there's also a salad bar and a sandwich bar. You'll have different types of bread, different types of dressing, everything. You'll also have flavored water, different types of juices. There's a lot of options. There's also a cappuccino and hot chocolate machine you can go to in the morning if you get to school a little early, and you can go there during snack also. There's soft serve, which is my favorite. Like, that's just awesome. Like, I hit that almost every day. There's soft serve. If you don't like soft serve, there's a ice cream you can scoop out of the deep freezer. They have that also. There's also a dessert station. I know it's a lot. It's really good, but a dessert station in the back of the cafeteria where you can get like pudding, cookies, watermelon. If you like fruit, you can do that. There's also an international station in the back where they'll have different foods that are different from what we're eating, and of course there'll be like international entrees and stuff like that. I know, Brad, you eat plant-based, so if you're plant-based or vegan or anything like that, maybe you could tell you a little more about that.
Yeah, for sure. I just switched over to being plant-based in January. Actually, I watched the Game Changers documentary, and that kind of made me turn like this. I thought before that you can be like this high-level athlete and still, you know, eat plant-based, but I was totally wrong, and I have felt so much better by doing it. But with that, I faced some eating challenges because I was like, I don't know where I'm going to go. I was going from eating everything in sight to only having to eat, you know, vegetables and other vegan foods. And I have to say that Chef Doug is the nicest guy, and he cooks the best food. The vegan station is so popular, whether you are vegan or not. Actually, people will go up and get the vegan food because it is just so good. And he's very friendly, very open. If you want something to eat, he'll make it for you. You just gotta talk to him. But there are plenty of options. There's a salad bar as well. But the vegan station is phenomenal. So yeah.
Yeah, so I've also been a vegetarian for a little bit over a year and a half now. And so when I found out that there's going to be a vegetarian station, which is a new addition this year, I think, I was ecstatic about it, because before I thought I'd just be like eating pasta and salad for the rest of my life. But all of the food at the vegetarian and vegan like station, I guess, is amazing. And a couple of times I was even confused if I was eating meat or not, because it tastes so good, and so just, it's like really well made food.
Well, yeah, Chef Doug is a very important person on campus, for sure. We have a question right now. Someone has asked, what differentiates Thayer from other independent schools in the area? Who wants to take that?
Here, I'll take that. So I think a lot of things differentiate there from a bunch of different schools, but other schools in the area, I would say you can't really, and Brad kind of touched upon this, you can't really find a community like there anywhere else. Like he said, no matter where you are, no matter who it is, everyone's gonna hold the door for you. And I don't think I've walked down a hall this year and I haven't said hi to anyone. Everyone says hi to each other, whether it's just a kid from your math class or your best friend, you're gonna say hi. You walk by admissions and everyone waves hi. It's the nicest thing. So the community at there is really something that differentiates it from other schools. But also, I have two older brothers. They both went to private schools. And the main thing the reason my parents pushed there so much is because they said they have never seen a college counseling office that they're like theirs. My two older brothers are both in college now, but now that I'm starting to go through the process as a junior, my parents are just amazed by the whole system. So that would be my say.
What I would say definitely differentiates there is what, like Ali said, the community. I think that sometimes in independent schools, it can feel like a competitive atmosphere a bit academically. But I found it there that it's very collaborative and everybody wants to support each other so much. People are not trying to, get ahead of each other. Everyone just wants to support like their fellow classmates. I know like whenever people get into college, everybody is so excited about it. It's like a victory for like our entire class, our entire school. And like when I got my first college acceptance, I got calls from people who have been in like my 6th grade advisees to like congratulate me. And like people just get excited to support each other. And then definitely another thing that definitely made Thayer stand out for me was just the opportunity to be able to do sports and also the arts and to be able to fit everything into the schedule. Because I know I have a lot of friends who go to other high schools and they say they have to pick one or the other. But at Thayer, I know so many people who do both. So I think that's definitely one of Thayer's greatest strengths.
Yeah, going off of Olivia and Ali, I know it takes me sometimes way too long to get through the hallways because I'm constantly saying hi to teachers and students. But it's just such a warm, like Olivia said, collaborative atmosphere. If you need help, you can literally just go to any table in the library and someone's bound to help you. Like it's not competitive at all. It's just very open. There are group chats, tons of extra help. I think that's one of the things that Thayer also does really well is they offer an extra help sessions with teachers. So teachers are just really open. Their schedules they're always like, come by for office hours. We can just help you do anything. It's really cool, the bond that you get between your students and teachers. I would say that's kind of the biggest takeaway. And then also touching on what Olivia said, I'm a living testimony that you can do both sports and theaters. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty difficult to do it, but there's one of the only schools that can allow it, the scheduling wise, to go school to sports between 3:30 and 5:30 to play practice after between 5:30 and 7. And I've had a blast getting to meet so many different people who I may not have seen if I only did soccer, if I only did the play. So it's a really nice community where it can all kind of function together.
Great, thanks all of you. So thank you to the folks who submitted questions. We may not have gotten to all of them, but we want you to continue to ask questions of our panelists. I did want to touch upon one thing though. We've just completed our 2nd day of classes. Can you all speak to us about the new distance learning program, Thayer Connect, and how classes are going so far?
I can talk about that a little bit. So what we're doing right now is essentially we're doing our classes all online with Zoom. And the classes are shorter, so they're 40 minutes each, and we have 10 minutes between classes. And each of your academic classes is supposed to meet only twice a week to limit your screen time. And honestly, I wasn't sure how it was going to go going into it because obviously this is a totally new terrain. No one really is sure where we're going. But I kind of like it. I'm enjoying the sort of like, I'm definitely very excited to get to see my teachers, my classmates. And I think the best thing has just been how excited our teachers are to see us when they turn on the Zoom. All my teachers have wanted to spend the first like 10, 15 minutes just catching up and like talking about what people have been up to during the last 2.5 weeks. So that's been really nice. And I feel like I kind of feel like a college student, I guess, like practice college student, because of all of the like spaces I have in my day. My days have been sort of like I'll have a class, which is a quick 40 minutes, and then I'll have like a free period so I can like go outside or get away from the computer, stuff like that. So it's been pretty manageable, I'd say, and the teachers are very understanding, obviously, that these are extenuating circumstances. So they're going a little bit easier on sort of the workload and just the amount of time that they want you to be like putting into work rather than being able to like go outside or something.
Perfect. So thank you. Thanks for those questions and your thoughtful answers. So I think what we'd like to do is close by asking all of our panelists what piece of advice you would give to our incoming students.
I can start with that. So my biggest piece of advice to any students coming to Thayer would definitely just be to take advantage of all of the opportunities that Thayer affords you, because you get so many incredible opportunities and you are able to take advantage of all of them. Like, for example, I had never done theater before I came to Thayer in middle school, and I started doing it in middle school, and the teacher there definitely supported me a lot and encouraged me to keep going with it. And I found that I really loved it, so I kept on going with it. And that was something that I might not have been able to do at another school because I might have been involved in other activities, or I just might have been nervous because it wouldn't have been as accessible maybe. But I definitely found that it was very easy to join that community here. And I was actually really lucky to get to play the lead in our winter musical a couple weeks ago. So that was a really nice way to like close off that part of my Thayer experience. And then the other big piece of advice that I definitely have is to form relationships with people and to make connections with your teachers and with your peers, because truly people are here just to support you. People show up here like nowhere else to support each other, go to performances and go to games, and just watch each other, thrive in their elements. And the faculty, I definitely have really strong relationships with a lot of my teachers, which I'm beyond thankful for. And I know there's plenty that I will continue to email with updates in the future after I go to college. So definitely form those connections and just take advantage of everything Thayer has to offer.
Definitely. If I had some advice to give to you guys, I would just say to reach out if you need anything. I know the process that you guys are going through is kind of still fresh to me because just last year I was doing this. So just reach out if you need anything. All of our emails will be like placed after everything's over. I know personally for me, like I give tours and I have a lot of people come in, and whenever they need anything, I just tell them just to email me. Like any questions, I mean like anything, just let me know. I'll let anybody here know. We all want to make the experience the best and help you out, and be comfortable. Another piece of advice I'll give you is just to get involved in as many things as you can. Like even if you don't play the sport, or even if you've never played or you want to learn, like get involved with it. Like just try to do as much as you can, whether it's plays, you've never done a play, try play sports, try sports. We have yoga, we have all types of stuff. Like just try to get involved in as much as you can, because these are all good opportunities to, one, make connections and just to do things that you never have done. Work hard, just work hard. Even if it's tough, I know it's going to be tough. Like nothing good in life comes easy, so it's going to be tough. Just work hard and just use your resources, because people are there to help you, whether it's your friends or the teachers. They're definitely there to help you. So try not to be nervous, and you guys got this.
I would say to try new things and to not be afraid to try new things, because I know it's scary and it can be like you think everyone's going to judge you and everyone's going to put you into some box, but that just isn't the case at Thayer at all. With all the opportunities, it's just better to take advantage of all of them. Like, why not? Because they're there, and everyone in the community is there to encourage you. Like I know at the concerts, if you've ever been to one, as groups are setting up on stage before they perform, everyone's shouting out each other's names, and it's it's such a nice like sense of community, and everyone just really supports each other. So like last year I didn't run. I did soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. And over the summer, I was going to these summer workouts with Mr. Brown, and he told me that maybe I should try cross country. So I said, you know, why not? I'll try it. And now it's my favorite sport ever. I'm doing track with him again this season. And yeah, so definitely just put yourself out there, try new things, and yeah.
Yes. I would totally agree with Virginia. My advice would be keep an open mind. It can be really easy to get caught up and do what your friends are doing and not do what you want to do, but make the most out of it and do what you want to do. You're not gonna be happy if you're not happy doing what you're doing. For me personally, the end of my freshman year, I had to choose my classes, and I was between two arts, between pottery and advanced acting. And I really couldn't make the decision because all my friends were doing pottery, but I wanted to do acting. And I was really torn. And then my teacher was like, well, what do you want to do? And I chose acting, and I'm so happy I did because I had actually no friends going into the class, no one that I knew. But I made so many new friends, and it's one of my favorite classes now. So I'm so happy I chose that.
Yeah, and I would definitely, especially for new students, it's important to just put yourself out there. I know myself, I'm a very introverted person at first, and I'm really afraid to talk to people I don't know, but it's just so important. Just a simple hello to whoever you see. Just start talking to people. Everyone here, it's such a warm community, and everyone is so friendly and accepting. And definitely another piece of advice I would give is to get involved early and don't hold back. If you love something, sign up for it. If you do theater, audition for the fall play. If you love a sport, go to tryouts. Like, just don't hold back, because that's how you'll meet people who love the same things as you, and you'll start forming these second families that you probably could not find anywhere else.
All right, to go off of everybody, the opportunities are there. Just take advantage of them. I kick myself about it probably every day, every other day, because I didn't do my first fall play, Les Mis. And I watched from the crowd. I was in such shock that I immediately joined the program. I was like, what am I missing out on? So just get involved early, try new things. I had a lead role last year in the winter play, and I didn't ever see myself doing that. So the opportunities are there. Get involved as much as you want. I would say get involved as much as possible, because it is just so much fun being at there all the time, being in the community. If you're making a decision on a school, just go with your gut. Look for a place where you're going to have the warm teachers, the warm community. I definitely know, like Olivia said, I'm going to be reaching out to my teachers long after it's there, just because I want to continue to keep that relationship with them. There are so many cool people that I've met that I didn't even have as teachers, who I now actually have a connection with. And it's also amazing to say no one notices this besides the people who are in the play, but so many teachers show up for the play. It is unbelievable how many teachers you have after the play that come up to you and say, that was great. And so it's just really nice to have those teachers who are there outside of school, worrying about your personal self, not just you as a student. And know that look for a place that you're going to grow as a full person. You're going to have a full body transformation when you come out of there. And I'm really going to miss it. I'm going to miss everything about it, from the teachers to the students, to the buildings, to just the entire community. And I've actually based my college search on something that I can replicate thereafter. So yeah, good luck.
Thank you, panelists. Great job, everybody. I wanted to share before we go just all of our panelists' email addresses. If you guys have more questions, I'm sure they'd be happy to help.
Yeah, please don't hesitate to reach out to us.
No, we're here to help.
Yes.
So feel free to take a screenshot, or if you'd like to reach out to anyone of us specifically in admissions, we're happy to connect you. So that concludes our panel. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, everybody. You were amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to FAIR, everyone.
Woo!
Woo!